Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a blog title for your blog that people want to click on before all of your competitors and before the top ranking blog in Google. I'm going to walk you through this process really quickly. First thing is you want to go ahead and take a look at the search volume. For this particular exercise, we're going to be looking at the term WordPress SEO tips. Now, one thing I want you to know is that there's blog title generators out there. This is an example of one. It's by Inbound Now. It's also my favorite. And what you can do here is click to generate new title ideas. Back to basics in keyword. Number ways to blank. So for example, for what we're looking at here, get rid of WordPress SEO problems once and for all. How to recover from a Google penalty. Are these WordPress SEO tips worthless? Worst WordPress SEO mistakes and how to fix them. So what you can do is just kind of flip through this and think about your keyword and then come up with title ideas. But before you do that, I highly recommend you do what I'm going to show you next. So I would actually say it's probably a good idea to do this later. You know, before you even get into coming up with a title, what you want to do is take a look at what's out there already. So in this example, we've got WordPress SEO tips, and we want to look at the results. There's about 41 million results, and we can see a couple common things. They've got WordPress and they've got SEO. They've got checklist as a qualifier, and then a number, and then to improve rankings, the benefit, right? So you've kind of got some variation of the keyword, you've got a number, and then you've got the benefit, right? Here you can see this is a guide, and it's just a step-by-step basic guide for beginners. Here you can see this is also a guide. Here you can see this one has the keyword, not tips in there, so not the exact keyword, and then it's got a number, and then it's got the benefit, right, to grow traffic. So I've already gone through all this, and here are some of the things that I pulled out. So you can see that the keywords in there, at least WordPress SEO, doesn't always have tips, but some of them do have tips. Every single one of these, based off of the intent, is either a guide, a checklist, or has ultimate in it. In the case of ultimate, it's also a guide, but these are some of the main keywords that were used. And what are some of the important standouts? Well, there's numbers and numbers of tips in almost every single one. So you can see that 58, you can see 30, you can see 15, you can see 13 simple ways to boost SEO on WordPress. So not necessarily 13 tips, but in this case, you do have tips. So there's a number in almost every single one of these, a large amount. And then you can see there's a benefit. And I always love to structure titles this way, right? So what is the benefit that the reader's going to get from reading this and making sure that that's in the title? I see so many times people don't take the time to do that, but it's something that really catches the person's eye. So in this case, I kind of came up with a basic template here. So WordPress SEO tips, number, benefit, right? That's kind of what we need to figure out here to make this work. So if you're trying to create some type of template to use, this would be one that works. So here's an example of what the title could look like at the end of the day. 55 number, right? WordPress SEO tips, there's your keyword, verified by Google to work. Now, why is this a little bit different and why did I put verified by Google? Because anytime you're creating a title, you want to think about what's one thing that you could do to stand out. And one thing that I noticed from all these other ones is none of them said they were actually verified by Google. None of them actually said they were verified. I think that's something that could allow this to be a really interesting qualifier that would allow it so that people wanted to click on it more. And in creating this article, we can make sure that all the tips actually are verified by Google, and it's not just a bunch of junk out there. You can pull in real quotes on that. And then also to work, right? So that's the benefit. It will work. It will increase your rankings. Here we see 55 WordPress SEO tips verified by Google to boost rankings. I'd like to hear from you. Comment below. Which one would you click on? 55 WordPress SEO tips verified by Google to work, or 55 WordPress SEO tips verified by Google to boost rankings? Number one or number two? Comment below. I'd be interested to hear. Also, if you have any questions about this process, how to come up with a blog title, let me know. I thought this was something that was kind of interesting and I wanted to share with you. And I hope that this helps you increase the quality of your blog titles, because it is one of the most important things to make sure you've got a great title, not only now inside of the title of the page, which is, the title that's inside of the code, but also in the H1 of the page as well. The H1 in a lot of cases now is what Google's actually pulling out and is what is showing inside of the search results. It's kind of deciding between the two at different points in time. I hope you like this video. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.